How's it going, everybody? And in today's video, we will be talking about the number one way I believe uh, will help you stop doing bad habits. Before we get into the video, please consider subscribing and liking and commenting, as that will really help out the channel and help me with these videos. To start off, in the year 2023, I used to weigh 205 pounds, and it wasn't until around October I started changing my lifestyle or my diet, where I lost 25 pounds. So I went from 205 pounds to 180 pounds, which is what I am right now. So what brought me to being 205 pounds and overweight and unhealthy? It was the culmination of all these bad habits and not breaking out of them. So, for example, every day in 2022 and 2023, every day after work, I would go, and because of my current mental state or whatever, I was really stressed and unhappy with where I was in life. I was stress eating, so I would go every day after work and get junk food and just eat, because to me that kind of helped cope with my current situation. So that's what I was doing. I was eating unhealthy, and I was eating a lot, and I was eating right before bed. So like all that combination helped me get to becoming 205 pounds. And that's all bad habits. Now, the point of this video is to talk about how to stop bad habits, whether it's from diet or spending money or doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. And it's from what I learned with my weight loss journey. That thing is changing your diet and fasting. So when I was 205 pounds and I started with keto and fasting, essentially what I was doing was replacing the bad habits that I mentioned before with good habits, such as eating healthier foods and going in prolonged periods of time of not eating, fasting or intermittent fasting. So my point is, doing something like changing your diet and fasting will help you stop, I feel like, majority of your habits. Me personally, it helped me change a lot of my habits. But yeah, doing that will really help you in your self-improvement journey. Now, the reason why it helps, especially with fasting, is because think of it like this. When you're fasting, you're not eating. When you're not eating, you're taking away the most essential thing that your body needs, or the basic thing, whatever, which is food. Now, when you're taking away something that your body needs, by result, you're putting yourself in an uncomfortable state of starvation. Now, when you're in an uncomfortable state, whether it be starvation or something like a cold shower, you end up building discipline and willpower and motivation to stay consistent in doing the hard work of building these good habits. The thing with bad habits and good habits is bad habits are easy to do. It's easy to sleep in and not go work out. It's easy to eat junk food every day after work. It's hard to wake up at 5 a.m. and go for a run. It's hard to not eat for 3 days, which is what I did at one point. I fasted for 3 days. So when you're in an uncomfortable state, you have the willpower and discipline and motivation to do the hard work that helps you build the good habits to replace your bad habits, which get you to your goal. And that's how I lost the weight. Again, I'm repeating myself at this point, where I built the discipline and willpower to be consistent with the good habit of fasting and eating healthier foods, which in result helped me lose 25 pounds. And that's the whole point of this video. If you're having trouble stopping a specific habit or general, like, whatever other habits, think about your diet. Like, you might be working out, you might be like reading books and waking up early, but if you're still having the same crappy diet, all that hard work is in vain, because you're just making it difficult for yourself to be consistent. There was one point when I first started self-improvement where I woke up early and I went for a run, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm being very productive. This is a healthy thing. What the mistake was that after that run, I went home and I fell asleep. And then I woke up late in the afternoon. And then I never did that again. And I was never consistent. Now, it's one thing if I went on a run, went home and fell asleep, and then the next day I did it again, but this time I didn't fall asleep. That wasn't the case. I didn't do that ever again. So that's what I mean. And it was because I had this horrible diet of just eating unhealthy foods that made it harder to be consistent with anything else, because that's what your diet does to you. When you're eating crap, you just become lazy and inconsistent with things in your life. That's why people who eat unhealthy things are the way they are. They're not happy. They're at low points of their life. So that's why I didn't go on the run again. I didn't wake up early, because I was accustomed to eating these unhealthy foods, which again drag me down. So the best way to summarize is unhealthy diet causes you to do bad habits, which puts you in a loop of doing those bad habits. Not only until you change your diet and implementing a disciplinary action such as fasting, you won't get out of that loop. So essentially, the number one way to stop bad habits: try fasting and changing your diet. Try eating healthier and putting yourself through an uncomfortable state, as that combination will help you build the discipline, willpower, and motivation to stop doing bad habits, stop doing things you shouldn't be doing, and start helping you build the good habits to replace the bad habits. That's the end of this video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.